My great-grandmother was a fantastic storyteller. I enjoyed the stories, but I never would believe what she said. But after being to Kailash, I'm willing to believe any grandmother's stories because it's too incredible. It's too fairy tale-ish for anybody to believe what is there. I would say the greatest mystical library on the planet. The very psychology of a civilization was completely geared towards ultimate liberation. The large parts of India was like this at one time. Even now, for 98% of the population in Nepal, going to the temple and seeking their mukti is still the highest thing in their mind. The whole geography of the place was created like a living body. They established, like how in the human body the energy centers are, like this they established these bodies. Many kings sponsored these great adventures of turning their whole kingdom into a spiritual body. Nepal is one place where it is much more alive, simply because the whole culture supported it. One place that all of you must visit is Bhaktapur. It is one remnant of how this whole Eastern culture used to be at one time. Bhaktapur means city of devotion. The town was created in such a way that you will not forget about the presence of the divine even for a moment. I want you to carefully keep your eyes open and observe, every step is actually a temple. If you look this way, temple, if you look this way, temple, every small utility is made like a temple. A water place is a temple. A washing place is a temple. A gossip center, a temple. But every step they made it as a temple with a tremendous sense of aesthetics. I want you to turn yourself back 1100 years ago, where mostly in this culture, women would always be in red. If you have red clothing, you should wear it when you're in Kathmandu. And men would always be in white. No automobiles, no commercial boards, no other noises, traditional music. I want you to put yourself back, wear 1,000-year-old goggles and walk through the place and be careful enough to observe every step there is a temple, every step, so that no human being walks this space forgetting the presence of the divine. The idea is that you're in a constant reminder that you never go off. If you remain in that state for a period of time, rest you don't have to worry. Everything will open up in the universe, everything. Everything that's worth knowing will open up for a devotee if he just allows himself to soak in it. You don't have to turn it on, you don't have to turn it off, it's simply on, on, on. Just getting yourself to that state is what is important. The language, the culture, every aspect, sitting, standing, is about devotion out here, because we always recognized emotion as a much, much more powerful and more intelligent system than the intellect, always.
Being here in Kathmandu, just walking on the streets itself is a devotional experience. Especially the people here are so simple, humble and highly devoted. I think it's a great opportunity to soak in this vibrant culture.
One common thing in the temples was that they were very raw and ancient.
This is my first time in Kathmandu, and we came to the temple right after we got out from the airplane. And once we step into the temple, we know that we don't want to go anywhere else.
Really can't explain why I want to be here. It's just a burning desire that I've had ever since I knew that this could be a possibility for me, and the desire has never left me.
It's just first day, and as soon as you came here and we did our sadhnas today in the morning, suddenly everything has changed. I feel more settled.
Well, people say this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, but to be honest, it's actually much more than that, at least to me, because you don't encounter a living guru who's as powerful as Sadhguru for thousands of years.
Namaskaram. Kailash, though it is a physical presence, for those who are willing, it's not in Tibet, it's wherever you want it. All very powerfully energized spaces are like that. For those who are willing, it's available wherever, because there is no here and there for that which is boundless. So pilgrimage is about turning inward. Don't make this into some kind of a duet. Doesn't work like that. It'll become a social process. Spiritual process you can only do within you. What you do around you is for support. But you should not need support within yourself, because that's not how life is made. That is anti-life, I want you to know. The moment you think how you are needs to be supported constantly by somebody, you have turned against your own life. Yeah, I want all of you to be together, but it's good to be by yourself. Even here, create an atmosphere of striving rather than of company and relaxation. These 15 days, just make one priority, that you need to break some limitation within you and experience something little more than what you are right now. We want you to become a striving, a very strong striving. If you are striving, who can stop you? Nobody can stop you. That's the beauty of this. Because there is nobody else here but you, once you turn inward, nobody can stop you, because nobody's there. Wonderful life, isn't it? As we go into the mountains, whatever we say about it is meaningless. So tomorrow we're flying to Nepalganj, and from there we're driving.
All my life I thought, I'm very busy, I can't take time off, I can't do this, I can't do that. But this time I told myself, no, I have to do this, I'm going to do this. And I'm glad I actually took the time off and made this a priority.
Sadhguru. Huh? Somebody holds you. You don't even know they're holding you, but they hold you. That's important. Well, in many ways, that is the idea of creating an energy form like Devi. She holds you, and you don't even know that she holds you. Devi comes into life, this forms, and now the pilgrimage that you're taking, this comes into your life only because your striving has become beyond survival. You must be available, that's all. You must become a little more than who you are, not in the head, just as life.
So we're going to Kailash, all the best for you. I don't have the right kind of passport, so I'm stopping at the border. Do yourself, stay safe and be there, okay? I'm with you. If you're fully focused, I'm with you in every step. Let's make it happen.
Ready to go.
Well, this looks like a ticket to freedom.
Here we are, Kathmandu to Nepal Ganj. We are going into a land which has legends about Mahabharata, Bharatam, Mahabharatam, wherever you go.
Evening we've arrived at Surkhet, which is such a cute little place surrounded by hills. We received such a warm welcome by the local people and especially little kids who were wearing the traditional attire. Very, very excited.
This is a very great experience to have Sadhguru landed his feet in Surkhet. We are very blessed and lucky to have him.
They organized a cultural program where all of them were singing and dancing, and it was so refreshing and so wonderful to see them all perform together.
Kids performed so beautifully. I can't take my eyes off. I felt like dancing along with them.
Thank you very much for coming and greeting us here. Nepal has become an annual journey for me. Last 18 years I'm coming every year. So this town, Surkhet.
Sur means the consciousness, and the khet means field.
Oh.
Field of consciousness, you see.
What can I do for that? Because right now we are running a campaign, a global campaign called Conscious Planet. So we want to make the whole world into a Surkhet.
Yeah.
So let's make it happen.
जीसँग भेट्दा अत्यन्तै चाहिँ हामीलाई एउटा खालको छुट्टै खालको उत्साह प्राप्त भएको महसुस भएको छ.
One thing is preserving ancient temples in its best quality. This is the only culture which preserves this. Rest of the world, it's all gone. Culture and civilization should not be dropped so easily because you can't bring it back once it goes. For the culture, for the civilization, for the human beings, the asta is more important.
We are going to the first campsite, which is a place called Raka. We'll be camping there for 2 nights.
शंकर संकट हरना. Dhamma Surketa. Sur means consciousness, Ket means field, the field of consciousness. How fantastic that in ancient Hindustan, Bharat, Nepal and many other parts of the world today has retained still many aspects of that they created a whole sacred geometry through which human beings will naturally be focused on the profoundness of their life. on these Nepali mountains in Karnali district. Here I am tasting South Indian coffee. Can you beat this? Oh. Just the day two, you're still not tired of me.
Sadhguru, is this your magic water?
Magic?
Oh, magic water.
I'm the magic, just water gets Life is the magic.
Yes.
The rest is all just accessories.
Yes.
How you keep it? Magical or tragical?
It's overwhelming. Be near to him. He's so cool. He's just cracking jokes with people. It's like a vacuum. You just start drawn.
What else? We should be going. Come on, get into the cars.
The road seems to be better and better, as you can see it. Very much looking forward to see these remote places.
Immediately, as soon as you get to the Himalayas, even the foothills of the Himalayas, you can't help but feel small.
Didn't camp since many years, but I love camping. Thank you, Sadhguru. So energizing.
And they have a nice airline?
So nice.
पीले अमी रस धारा गगन में झड़ी लगी बरसे अमी रस धारा गगन में झड़ी लगी
When we live with well-structured arrangements of work, society, family, many other structures, over a period of time, unless you're very conscious, you will not know the difference or the distinction between what is existentially true and what is psychological and what is social. Once this gets mixed up, then you become a very funny creature, very funny. You cry about things that have nothing to do with you. It even brings joy sometimes. But the ridiculous thing is, you don't know what is real and what is make-believe. Everything that happens in our minds is make-believe. Whether you think up a god or a devil, you're misunderstanding social structures, psychological structures and other rubbish around you as yourself. This is coming down to just the life that you are, because that's all you got, rest is all made up in your head. The important thing is, life is existential. Psychological aspects of life are there to be dealt in a certain way. What is transactional? If you think it's existential, you made a serious mistake. Whether you want to remain as a transactional life or to transcend the limitations and know something of the transcendence, this is a choice for every human being. So pilgrimage means to shave off all the nonsense that you have created. If you carry an yesterday into today, today is bound to become burdensome, isn't it? You must be here, like suppose you died. What do you take with you? Only that must be there. How's that? Then you will be a fantastic being. Then it doesn't matter which way life blows at you, you will always be fantastic. You will know nameless ecstasies of existence, because existence is enlightenment. If you can be like that, you don't have to leave your body, but everything else, you don't have to give it up, it's just distance. Once there is distance, nothing is a problem. If you have half the world as your wealth, it's not a problem. So pilgrimage is just this, that you create a little distance. This is a transition or a journey from psychological to existential. That's what a pilgrimage is about. The significance that you have because of things that you possess in a society will not be anything in the mountains. Do you have legs and lungs? That's all. And do you have some sense in your head? That is all. Tomorrow is nearly a 12-hour ride. Get ready for the rides, rest well today, because tomorrow is a long day. You enjoying the rain or suffering it? Thank you.
It started raining and he just went on. It made the whole evening worthwhile, regardless of whether we were drenched or not. Just his presence is like a portable charger. We are surviving on that.
This morning when I woke up first at 5 in the morning, as soon as I came out of my tent, it was so magnificent to look at the surroundings. The mountains, it was foggy, and then there was sun coming up at one end. It was fantastic. We've traveled around and you stay in different places and hotels, but nothing beats the mountains.
When I woke up, I was被这种美，大自然的美给震撼到了。
We had some camping experience before, but this is totally another different level.
I'm actually going through an existential change in life. Living off beautiful tent, it's like an igloo. We're going to lead from here to higher altitudes now, I think about 12,000 feet.
This pilgrimage is the 18th year. We're coming and it's a pleasure to drive through these beautiful mountain roads. This kind of mild adventure been nice for people.
The journey starts slowly now. You could feel the intensity growing, you could feel kind of the energies growing. So I think these first 2 days were like building up. Now I'm starting to also go higher on the Himalayas.
Today has been a long drive, rough as roads can get. Most of it is no roads.
Oh, little baby, just brings a different level of energy. It's amazing how much the people of Nepal love him. Everywhere he goes, people are spilling out of their houses on the road, dancing with him, and he's dancing with them. Brings a different level of energy. We're just enjoying ourselves, waiting for the unexpected.
When you see these mountain people, weather-beaten and guileless, simply straight-looking faces, there is something wild. Probably in another 25–30 years' time, not a single face like that may be left. So I thought I should capture it. We'll be making a book on vanishing faces of Himalayas. Dhanyawad Mataji! Bharat se, Bharat!
Day 4, and today we have been driving like for more than 8 hours, and the road condition is really tough.
I was on like the edge where you could like look over the cliff, and we had to keep our tires or wheels just in these ruts, right? And like any second it was like gonna drag you over to the edge. We're here, we made it, no problem.
On our way to Jumla, somewhere in the middle, we stopped for lunch here. The river is so wild here.
We've gone from alpine altitude to back down to tropical. We've dropped a couple of thousand meters altogether.
I came here to see Sadhguru, so I'm a really lucky man because I'm going to encounter with a mystic. I love Sadhguru.
Here we are at Talkot at an altitude 2,726 meters. And the roughest road you can think of. Can't call it a road. The vehicles have taken the beating, no breakdowns. All of us got here. This was supposed to be a 12-hour drive. We pushed it a bit and made it about 8.5 hours. We're here. Not bad timing. Vehicles need some rest, for sure.
It's another world. You are so small. Wherever I look, there is just mountains beyond mountains. Away from the poles of society, what was there to do but look inside?
Everything was just so still, but still vibrant with life.
Himalaya, I think, is enigmatic, mysterious, and such a beautiful sight.
Someone was asking me, Sadhguru, we've seen you in so many ways. No one human being they've ever seen in so many ways. Are you some kind of a messiah? I said, I'm definitely not a messiah. I'm like manure. If you put your roots into me, for sure you will flower. If you simply look at me, you won't figure what the hell it is. When your body loosens its grip on you, this is a good time to establish a different dimension within ourselves, which is beyond physical nature. This is why mountains.
Like to welcome you and your entire team for your recent presentation. I was watching your each and every day your video, and so I was a crazy man. The way you impart the education.
Now you become sane.
One question I have. How can we internalize the truth?
Truth is there, you don't have to do anything about it. It's only a question of realization. In this part of the world, we never talked about enlightenment as an attainment. We only talked about it as a realization. Realization means what? Something that was always here, only today you saw. So, you don't have to internalize, externalize, inside, outside, it's the same truth. But you have to see it. Why is it that we are not able to see? If our eyes are closed, obviously we cannot see. So you need to sharpen your way of seeing. So the whole yogic process is about sharpening our perception so that we see much more than what we are seeing right now. Otherwise, truth is always here. Truth is the foundation upon which life is happening, creation is happening. But we're seeing only the surface, we have to look little deeper. Thank you for having us here. Please, all of you should come and visit us sometime. Namaskaram. How are you all doing? Good. There are a few options today. One thing is we can walk down to the river, or you can have breakfast, have a satsang in the afternoon. Tell me what you want to do.
River.
Everybody river?
Yes.
Okay then, breakfast and river.
Where are we going today? We're going to walk down to the river. It's 30 minutes down, about an hour and 15 back up. So the walk first, satsang later.
Before we left, there was a small group of women who had traveled from the village, and that morning I had seen them like hours ago, so I knew that they had already been waiting. What really drew me to them was they were dressed up so nice. They're kind of nonchalantly waiting for Sadhguru. They don't know that they're going to see him, but they were just there waiting for so long. Sadhguru did meet them. They sang an ancient melody, maybe related to some kind of ritual. And they didn't really, ask him any questions. They didn't really speak to him other than singing.
This is a gracious and presence of God, and you are like a God. So that's why we came here with the traditional mantra and traditional song, Magal. This especially and dedicated to Sadhguru, and we are happy in that sense because the God has come in our land. It will bring something better in our life.
Living in such a beautiful place for thousands of years, you have maintained your culture, tradition, your clothing, your mantras, your cooking, all this. You must keep this up, it's very valuable in the world, and this can become a great asset. It can bring many interesting people to this land. It could become a way of livelihood and prosperity for all of you. We should not think becoming like Westerners is our future. Keeping our culture, our religion, our clothing, our food is the future. Thank you very much for all of you being here.
सबैलाई धन्यवाद भन्नुभएको छ है।
धन्यवाद।
And then we start off going down the hill to the river.
नमस्कार, नमस्कारम। क्या बच्चे सब स्कूल चलता है? कुछ नहीं पढ़ता है? स्कूल में कुछ नहीं पढ़ेगा?
As we walk, we just pass more and more villagers. Later found out that over 3,000 people, men, women, children, had gathered from the surrounding villages. They had walked 3-4 hours barefoot, and some of them were carrying babies. They had traveled so far to see Sadhguru.
I was surprised. How did these people all find out? Because they heard that a great guru is coming. Like massive villagers coming from very far.
The whole town is here. Where are we going to the river? I didn't know so many people are coming. They're coming and we're going away.
This is from far away.
Right now it is 12 o'clock. I will turn back. If you wish, you can go to the river and come. I will meet all of them. If you also want to come and be a part of that, we can do that. Yes. Is that fine?
Yes. Fine.
1:30. Ask all of them to come.
There were 26 villages. People walked 3-4 hours. They all came to see Sadhguru.
I think that shows the love and the compassion in his heart. And it was raining. It was raining pretty hard.
Guru was being welcomed by all the local villagers. You see this enthusiasm. They heard that the Guru is coming. Very simple and pure love. They all came to this place, and we had a great celebration.
Neighboring villages, they've all set up this very intimate small event for all of us. So endearing to see them receive Sadhguru with so much gratitude. Love, basically. It was just love in the air.
They just want to be in the presence of something greater than themselves. That was one of the days that really, really impacted me.
It's a mela. Overwhelming. Looking at these people makes you think there is so much to life.
All the people of Talkot, namaskaram to all of you. That's one. As I sit here, I see you as children of these beautiful mountains, wonderful rivers, and above all, Mother Earth upon which we walk. I just see you as a part of it, as every human being is. Unfortunately, most of the world has forgotten. You still live that way. So it's a great honor and a privilege for me and all the people who are with me to be here with you. Looking, all of you have these phones, I'm sure you're seeing the images of various cities and other kinds of comforts. But believe me, people who live in the cities would give half their life to be in a place like this. Living in a remote place like this, whatever the problem, there is one aspect that all of us must handle. There is a seed within us, which we call as our soul or Atma. This seed, every one of us must nurture in this life. Only if we nurture this, a human being can blossom into a godlike being. This is something all of us deserve, especially being in a culture like this which is steeped in spiritual process. You should not miss this. You must keep the Nepali culture alive, Nepali language alive, Nepali music, Nepali clothing, Nepali jewelry, Nepali food. You must keep all this alive. This is what holds you together, because very few individuals are made to grow all by themselves. Others need a supportive atmosphere. This culture is that support. It's such a joy to see every one of you here. Teach them a mantra, ask them to do it.
Sadhgurule bhaneko kura tapaihharu भन्नु होला.
Are you ready? Shiva, 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 Shivaya.
What struck me is that how compassionate he is. Probably have touched quite a few hearts there, sowed the spiritual seeds in this area.
It's a feast to your eyes. What's more beautiful? This is Kailash to me, every moment with Sadhguru.
सुनता है गुरु ज्ञानी 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 सुनता है गुरु ज्ञानी 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 गगन में आवाज हो रही झीनी झीनी जीने 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 सुनता है गुरु ज्ञानी ज्ञान.
Sit still with your eyes closed. Karpuragaram karunavataram samsarasaram Bhujagendraharam Sada vasantam Hridayarvindhe Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam. There is something called as consciousness. Where is it? What is it? People are dissecting in the world. Let me put it this way, instead of going on in vague terms and making it mysterious. The fundamental intelligence of creation is consciousness. Oh, is it God that we are talking about? You can say yes, in a way, because God is a human need to personify that which is the source of creation.
Because human mind, human eyes, human ears, human perception needs a point to perceive. So essentially, that intelligence, that force, that dimension of our existence, which is the source. So there is an intelligence which makes all this happen. We are somehow trying to fit the cosmos into your silly logic. When it fits, you think you understood. That means you're completely lost. That's what it means. So if you ever think that you understood what is consciousness, you are totally lost. You don't know what it is, you're wondering, you're reasonably in a good place. So the moment you are not soaked in consciousness, both from within and outside, this life will struggle. Whether we put you in a palace or in a hut, you struggle. Consciousness is not something that you do, not something that you create. It created you to be in that, because that's the only way you are. Because your psychological activity has overshadowed everything else, you are not in touch with it. There is no source for consciousness, it's everywhere. Is it in my hair? Is it in my nails? Is it in my little finger? It is. But have you managed to make your little finger throb like the source? No. Insensitivity has come because consciousness has not spread. This doesn't mean your seed is gone. The seed is there, the seed of life is here. If we give it little opportunity, it will spread, it will sprout and spread. So in many ways, that's all the effort is, to remove the blocks that we have created for its happening. Everything else is happening from an intelligence beyond you. To embrace that intelligence and make it you is what consciousness means. I want you to just see life like this. Suppose you were the only one on this planet, what would be most meaningful for you? You must start doing that. At least a part of your life should become that. If you manage this one thing, what you have to do in the world in terms of profession, family, relationships, this, that will become a simple play. One little finger is enough to manage all this. There is only a thing called life. You can add many decorations to it. You cannot enhance life with decoration. You can only enhance life with exuberance of life. Decoration you do for the dead. Hello? You never wore that many garlands and that many flowers as the dead people do, isn't it? Because they need a lot of decoration. Because what you call as life is not life, it's a make-believe. If you don't take that away, how will anything happen? Being here on a pilgrimage means there's only this, life. That's the only thing, that's the only precious thing, that is the only thing that you have. Rest is all. Do not make your life a circus. There is an immense value for this life that's here. Realizing this, experiencing this, and finding expression in the world for that is the ultimate nature of what this is. Each person may find their own kind of expression, but the important thing is to enhance the life, not the body, not the intellect, not the mind, not memory, the life itself. That's what pilgrimage is about. We've just started. I hope you're all on a pilgrimage or… Okay.
We just finished our Guru Puja and our morning sadhana, ready for our next destination.
and we're going to Rara Lake. So I feel very excited because my name is Ra.
Every day was very natural, so everything went, on one hand, challenging.
These are unpaved, very steep roads, up or down, both ways challenging, especially because nearly 2 days of heavy rain, slushy, sometimes the tires are not able to claw enough.
No matter what you do, it's so slippery. With all the four wheels locked, it can still slip over. It all depends on the tires. So if you don't have traction, you can go into one of those rocks, start sliding. So it's just how you brake. It's all in the tires right now. Namaskar, Mataji.
We were stopped and received an invitation to visit a nearby school, about 15 miles away. The children there had written a very sweet letter, inviting Sadhguru.
These things just come up all the time. We don't know what to expect. We're finding this out like just on the go.
If I go in, will you let me out or no?
So we get to the school, 150 or 200 children, just so excited to see him.
Who are the people who wrote that letter?
Oui, near me.
You trapped me like that, huh?
We feel really privileged and honored to have them on the street.
My privilege to see all the children. We're going to make some music for you. Will you all dance with the music?
Seeing Sadhguru walking, seeing him interacting with the children, and he's just like so enamored to be in that situation with them. You know, I got sort of swept up in it too. So it's like I'm shooting, but you know, seeing this beautiful thing happen, and it's like I'm feeling like swept up in all the energy that's happening there.
All the children of Jumla Dynamic School, all of you should study well and do well and build a very wonderful Nepal. Dhanyavad for having us here, dhanyavad.
Thank you.
All these beautiful children that seem to have fun. Because this is how school should be.
Это таким, как новым днем, когда душно, мы видели, когда бьет дождь, какие-то разные части, как будто на разных планетах находишься. Когда прохладно.
We get to a point in the road at switchbacks going down, and we see an avalanche that had just happened. We had been receiving so much rain the previous 2 days.
There is a landslide in the process. Rocks are still coming down, block the road. Fortunately, very quickly, the Poklane has come. This is part of Himalayan life. These roads are new, being carved out. Probably best time to travel, because if you come here next time, maybe part of the road. We still have nearly 30 vehicles to cross. I hope it holds up. If rain doesn't pick up, it should be all right, everybody will cross. The rain is absolutely spectacular. Vehicles complaining a little bit because they're taking all the beating. We are doing fine.
Magnitude of those mountains. That's what Sadhguru talks about, it makes you realize you're a speck of a speck.
Each time I would tell myself, there's nothing that could top this experience today. And the next thing that happens always tops the previous experience.
We still have like a long journey ahead. We're in the car for most of the day.
How did this happen? At the front right wheel, we had a flat. We don't have a full-sized spare wheel. So every 10 to 15 minutes, we are pumping it up and driving. 45 minutes to an hour to drive treacherous terrain, but we will make it. Flat tire.
Finally, we get to the National Forest Reserve. I see these two luxury tour buses. So we grab the nearest local and we ask, how in the world did these buses get here? And the local's like, oh, they took a much easier and shorter path than you all did. It was in that moment that experientially, Sadhguru was serious about us really being pilgrims on a spiritual journey. To get us mentally and also our bodies to a state where we throw conclusions out the window and we're really paying attention to what's happening.
It was such a task to get here. Last night it was pitch dark, our cars got stuck and we had to walk all the way down 40 minutes. I was literally thinking that why Sadhguru chose this hike.
We just woke up, we opened our tent.
It was like, whoa, it's a magical, magical space. I had written off in my mind that I'm gonna go to Mansarovar this year, but when I woke up, this looks just like Mansarovar, right? It's very sacred to the villages around the area as well. The water is so clear that I'm trying to look into the lake and I can see right below it very clearly. I wouldn't have ever by myself, in all my capacity, been able to come at such a raw, untouched place before.
Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam.
Every single day as we go by, we increase the altitudes, but also the build-up of emotions and expectations and just intensity approaching Kailash grows.
静和充满能量，很难形容这样的一个感受，就是和这里可以融为一体的。
So I was sitting by the riverside and I was looking at those beautiful mountains, and that's what I just wrote.
He took moments with us. In these small moments, he's constantly guiding us.
We are chanting in the boat. Shampoo, shampoo, shampoo. Oh, my heart. I don't know why my tears come out a lot.
We are going to a Shiva temple.
No wonder why yogis came and stayed in these kind of places, because it's just sitting here is something. I felt like very strong surge in energy sitting and meditating.
रंग दे रंग दे रंग दे रंग दे रंग दे तू मोहे अपने ही रंग में रंग दे रंग दे रंग दे रंग दे रंग दे तू मोहे अपने ही रंग में
Do not talk about anything which is not yet in your experience, because you'll end up talking rubbish to yourself and start believing the rubbish. Do not misunderstand hallucination as a solution to life. It never is. Hallucination is a distraction. Don't do this to yourself. You don't know, that's all. Be straight about this. But if you strive in body, in mind, in emotion, in energy, you can enhance yourself. Just strive. If you start looking for Shiva, he'll start dancing all over the place. You're not looking for that. You're just looking. See, the nature of this light is, you think the light is designed only to shine on me? No. If a cockroach is sitting here, light will show that also, yes or no? Light is designed to show what is there. Seeking is just that. Seeking is designed to make you realize whatever is there, not what you have assumed, not what is in the popular culture. Whatever is there. Whatever is true, we want to see that, not what we assume. When you are seeking, you go where it takes you. I'm seeking, but I'll go only where my dog goes. That's not seeking. I will go only where my children are. That's not seeking. This is not about going on clouds. This is about standing firmly on the ground. When you seek, you must be in that condition in your heart that wherever it takes you, you go. Physically going somewhere is not the thing. Internally, you could go somewhere and it should be all right. Just do the striving. Guidance will come where needed. It is not the question of months or years that we put in which make us available. It is the intensity. a guru's life goes waste mixing mild cocktails all his life. Because if he puts the punch in it, then their lives will completely change. They'll have to give up their dogs. If I mix very strong drinks, they will say he's an extremist. But for those who are willing, I am an extremist. Because if you don't go to the extremes of life at the earliest possible time in your life, I think it's a wasted life. That's just my opinion. You can ignore that. I've caused some depression to some people, please liven them up a little bit.
मोहे अपने ही रंग में रंग दे, मोहे अपने ही रंग में रंगीले रंगीले तू तो साहिब मोरा महबूब इलाही, मोहे अपने।
We are seeing how to make some changes. If the logistics work out, we'll spend a little more time in the mountains. Because weather seems to be holding up, I think we can take a day's risk. I'm still not done with the road. We'll see you at Simcoe and a strange place. Be ready for that. Riding to Changkil Pass, which is the nearest point to Simcoe. We didn't want to miss this road. This is like a small goat track. In many places, it barely fits in two wheels. This village roads, in many ways, a driver's dream. If anybody is dreaming of driving through really tough terrain, come here in monsoons, drive from Nepal Ganj to Changkil Pass. You will have your heart's fill of driving. Namaste all of you. क्या स्कूल चल रहा है सभी? कौन सी क्लास में? 10th? अरे इतनी छोटी है? 25 kilometers per hour. I can't believe it.
We are in Simcoe. It's a really nice little town. Very friendly people.
Я Sadhguru Kurikan Bashasam kata, awak jangan. Sorry gaya angry.
These are the remotest part of Nepal, and it's not that Sadhguru is often visited over here, but the way people had been over there, whether it's welcoming him or just being there in his presence, which was deeply touching.
We are driving to Limi Valley.
Check it out.
Going on an uncharted path all by yourself. Not impossible, but unnecessarily hard. It's better to go with somebody who's already journeyed. You get onto my bus. Either you can sit up and enjoy the scenery or just slip off. Whichever way, you will go to the destination.
So to find the inner dimension, it is a completely uncharted terrain. It's wise to walk with someone who's already walked the path. Can't I do it by myself? You definitely can. It is just that you may take a few lifetimes, who knows?
We climbed higher and higher up as more of the pilgrimage started setting in.
thoroughly enjoying this ride, driving our own Mahindra in the Himalayan region.
It was ride of a lifetime, I'm telling you. All your joints will get loose.
It was a long drive. Air really feels thin. Drivers did a fantastic job in narrow roads. Magical here.
This place is so beautiful. Nice stream of water coming. It washed all the dust, feeling very refreshed.
In a most spectacular mountain valley here. We have a vehicle here, look at this. Old Faithful. It's like a bulldozer going through everything. Very inclusive. Mimi. Thank you. Anyone?
You know, riding on top of Sadhguru's car. That was something I never expected. Being here in this area once in a lifetime.
The drive was very treacherous. It was a very difficult road for hours on end. In quite a few moments, I would feel chill go down my spine. I've never driven through terrain like that. I feel like wheels sliding, and there's like very little space, and there's no landslide. We could have just slid off the cliff. Really scary. When things become more stressful in terms of the terrain, he becomes more cool and composed and very relaxed.
What a climber. Very good. Air is thick, plenty of oxygen. Look at me. Plenty of oxygen, no problem. I stored it all up here, oxygen bags. We are nearly 15,000 feet right now. Today's ride has been through a very rocky terrain. Tough ride. Little feeling like a fruit punch, all liquefied. I have to reorganize all my organs once I go there. When you see Kailash, it'll all be worthwhile.
Earlier on in conversations, but then suddenly a point came crossing some ice mountains. Everyone was just silent. Unexplainable reverberation that was passing through me. That was the entrance of Kailash.
Doing well?
Live in this world. This is reality. What you live in your mind is not reality, it's just a psychological nonsense. You may think it's great, it means nothing. No, Sadhguru, I'm always thinking Shiva, means nothing. You think of God or devil means nothing, it's just your thought. In your mind, Shiva will not happen, Sadhguru will not happen, devil will not happen, only thoughts happen. If you just get this one thing, half your life is fixed. In your mind, nothing happens, only thoughts happen. How to raise beyond that is the whole question. If you raise beyond that, everything is Shiva.
The closer that we physically got to Kailash, we heard Sadhguru remind us more and more to speak less and to become more silent in many ways.
As you go further towards Kailash, it starts like you're hoping with yourself, perhaps. You want to lose something, become more empty, and the scenery starts to become more empty. It ends up looking like a lunar landscape.
I could hear the river flow, and I was wondering how many lifetimes I must have struggled to come to this point. Next day was Kailash Darshan, and everybody was really in an intense mood and sadhana. And we were just eager, excited. It was a mixture of so many feelings. My heart kept pounding. It's like the moment was so close.
नागेन्द्रहाराय त्रिलोचनाय भस्मांगरागाय महेश्वराय नागेन्द्रहाराय त्रिलोचनाय भस्मांगरागाय महेश्वराय नित्याय शुद्धाय दिगंबराय तस्मै नकाराय नमः शिवाय तस्मै नकाराय नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय शिव शंभो शंभो शिव शंभो
What is this pilgrimage? Is this some kind of God-chasing business? Why should we come up a mountain to see or experience what's being referred to as Shiva? Where is he anyway? If you have a foot scale in your hand and you want to measure the depth of the ocean, you will inevitably come back with wrong conclusions. With very simple logic, we can destroy all that is sacred in the world. To know life beyond physical nature, it takes for you to be very strongly rooted in logic, but willing to float above that when necessary. If you're not well-rooted in your logic, you become hallucinatory. Spiritual process or mysticism is not about strange experiences. It is about bringing profoundness to life. It is about transformation. If looking at a rock your life is transformed, rock is good enough. So what you saw is not the important thing. What has happened to you because of that is the important thing. Going up to Kailash is not about trying to see Shiva there. It's not about him, it's about us. The value of his life we cannot depreciate even if we try. It's value of our life which we need to enhance. This is not about Shiva. He doesn't need you. He is fine without visitors. It's you. Pilgrimage means you're trying to raise yourself to a place where survival instinct is toned down and longing to expand, longing to touch something bigger than myself has become larger than how to survive. So self-preservation is something that you have to put it down in every way. If you keep it down, next 24 hours,
are a big possibility. I said a possibility. Between a possibility and a reality, there is a distance. You have to have the courage and the commitment to walk the distance. I am with you. I hope you take those steps.
Tridalam Trigurakaram Trinetram Chatriyayudham Trijanma Papa Samharam Ekabilvam Shivaham.
We traveled from Dakchi to Lapcha this morning.
It is beautiful how Sadhguru has managed to install the word pilgrimage inside of us over the number of days that we have traveled with him. And it's been an altitude rise, but as Sadhguru said that we are the fortunate group with weather. We've not had the rain, we've not had the snow.
The terrain was extremely tough. I was the only person in the group who got legit AMS. Sadhguru said, I was not going to leave you behind. And that moment changed me forever.
Approximately around 2 hours drive. Weather is good. Today itself we can have darshan. Having darshan from the Nepali border, we are not entering Tibet. But distance is not an issue for one who is receptive. Last 2 years, we've seen for people, for me it makes no difference. Just melt yourself off into the chant, dissolve into the chant, we'll see what to do there.
The journey itself was very dreamlike. When we made our way towards a place in Lapche,
For over 12,000 years, every year, pilgrims from southern India have been coming to Kailash without a break. Some of those years have been very bad weather years, but still they came. I want you to understand, walking all the way from southern India, no all these fancy clothes, barefoot, maybe just one woolen rug, they walked all the way. I want you to understand what it should have taken for those people. What kind of fire should be burning within a man's heart to make that journey? You don't have the body to walk these 3,000 kilometers and come here, all right? So you come by bus, it's okay. But do not allow these comforts to make you miss the whole possibility simply because easily you were delivered here. Being in altitude, you should drop all your attitudes because mountains are not kind to any kind of swagger. You have little swagger, mountains can be very cruel.
This is our final destination of the sacred walk. Kailash in that direction? Oh wow.
When we got here, Kailash was fully covered in clouds. Sat down with Sadhguru and then we all chanted.
I was chanting Chip Chip. Told myself that I'm not going to move until I see the whole of Kailash, no matter how long it takes.
I had waited lifetimes for a moment like that.
Sarveshwaraya Sadhashivaya Sarveshwaraya Sadhashivaya Mahadevaya Namaha.
是在跟上师之前没有来，也没有这么强烈的感受那种震撼，内心的震撼，还有一种深刻。
I don't let experiences easily happen to me. I have never felt something like this in my whole life.
When longed to share his monumental knowing, found all seekers inadequate and unable to receive this torrent of ceaseless knowledge of all there is and all that isn't, a knowing that encompasses every manifestation of creation, its innards, and the very basis of all there is. Unable to find a seeker of the right magnitude, chose this sacred rock. May no being treat this as just another rock to languish in ignorance forever. Let all know this rock is a choice above all beings.
We call this the abode of Shiva simply because his entire knowing was invested in this place. Because for us, Shiva means his knowing, his offering, his contribution, not the man. He is of great consequence for what he offered to us. How do I access this? You can be overwhelmed by its presence and become open to the grace of what it is. We are not going there to go on a hallucination trip. We are going there if we can somehow enhance our perception from where it is one step more is fulfilled.
I was just on my knees. I prostrated onto the ground, opening myself up to whatever possibility that was there. I was just at awe to see Kailash.
$17,100 feet above mean sea level, almost looking level to Kailash, and doing fine. 66-year-old lung, doing great. 66-year-old legs, doing great. Heart is pumping too, very well. Do yoga, I'm telling you. It doesn't matter. No mountain is too tall for you. No age is too old for you. It's beautiful, full of health, well-being, and joy. If your body doesn't support you, these things are not possible.
At about 3 o'clock, we all sat down in our satsang hall, waiting to start the satsang. And then we quickly realized Sadhguru has been waiting outside.
After this brief moment with Guru, I have no more questions. I have no more confusions. I shouldn't say that my life is complete, because now I have some big tasks. Could only hope that it would blossom someday with more and more intensive sadhanas and my devotion to life.
被他拥抱的那一刻，感觉像是回家的感觉。每一次来都很震撼。
Tears were just flowing down. I don't know what I did to deserve his grace.
Being in the Master's presence and soaking in that grace, embraced by something so vast, so loving.
I have no words to describe that. I felt I emptied myself there.
Over 5,000 meters, Kailash energy, Sadhguru's energy is really overwhelming. It feels very different than in our hometowns with all the comfort. Here in the wind, and a very, very special experience.
On that night,
It was extremely cold, still consumed by this vast space. Being in the presence of Kailash, I felt completely empty within myself. There was nothing in me.
These places are complex. Oxygen saturation is low. It's hard to go all of these places without the guidance of Sadhguru. Seeing the mountain, I let myself just sink into my practices. It reinvigorated me and energized me in a way that I just did not think was possible.
Second day was the initiation. At that point, all I did was just close my eyes because I didn't want to open them. I just wanted to kind of be in that moment.
When we had the initiation, you could just look at him and his physiognomy is changed when he's in a certain state. You see this rough face with a look that just gets through you, and even on a physical that transmits a different type of energy.
It almost ignites a level of when you see him that fierce. Being initiated by Sadhguru, something far greater than myself planted in me. That in itself transforms you.
Shiva, Shiva Yogeshwaraya Namo. Shiva, Shiva Yogeshwaraya Namo. Shivaya. एक नजर देखा तुझे, जान लिया मैंने मुझे, एक नजर देखा तुझे, जान लिया मैंने मुझे, तेरी एक झलक में जान लिया मैंने मुझे। तेरा जान लिया मैंने मुझे तेरी एक झलक में जान लिया मैंने मुझे रेगा परेशानी परे रेगा परेशानी पसा रेगा परेशानी परे रेगा परेशानी पसा
I want to leave here my fear. The second is greed, because I want more, and I can do nothing with this. And the third one is pride, because when I do something very good, I'm just like, So I want to leave it here.
It's just this life process that appeared since the trip. Very natural and very gentle. It feels like something has been unblocked and neatly taken away.
Well, what do I tell you? Because in many ways you become a part of me. Generally, the image in the world is, if you're spiritual, obviously you're not practical. But I'm very practical. So about living things here, many things you have said, if that's your intent, I appreciate. But let's come down to something very simple. If I tell you, leave your anger, you'll say, yes, Sadhguru, we'll leave anger. But I am not so naive. I have lived here for so long. You will say, we will leave anger. But if somebody pokes you a little bit, you'll growl. Sometimes, either by accident or by intent, people work against you. Happens all the time. You may get angry. But from now on, no angry words. If you get angry, shut up and sit down. Okay? That much you can do. Hello? If you get angry, keep it to yourself, don't share it with the world. Will you do this much for me? You can get angry, you can do nonsense, but no angry words. If you get angry, put your hands together. Will you do this for me? At least angry words, leave it here and go. You will be better, world will be better. You know, life it does things that you don't expect. The moment we think life should happen the way I want, then you will make your world so small because you're afraid. If you make it big, so many things will not go the way you want. Not even 2% of my life goes the way I want, 98% all going wrong. The problem is not in the world. The problem is how we are, how we hold the world within ourselves. If you become little more conscious, do you go sit in your office and… Do you do that? No. You're that conscious. Not bad. There are many people who are not that conscious, yes or no? You're that conscious. Can you do the same thing with your thought? You don't poke it like this. Hello? That's all it takes. Little more conscious. How to conduct yourself in the world? There is no perfect way. Whatever you do, somebody will find fault with it. Whatever you do. So the important thing is you learn how to conduct yourself within yourself. Here you know how to conduct yourself. World, you do your best. Somebody thinks your best is fantastic. Somebody else thinks your best is nonsense. It's okay, but you're doing your best, that's all. You know how to conduct yourself here, and in the world you're doing your best. That's all there is to life. Simply that's all. It's as simple as that. If you don't understand this, then you will make your way of being conditional to the world's way of being. You're finished. You don't have to live your life. Right now I will tell you your life is over. Am I being too harsh to you? But that's how it is. If you do not make your way of being independent of everything around you, if somebody else, something else determines how you are right now, then we don't have to… See, we can write your history right now. By the end of your life, how you will be, we can write right now, because it's finished. So this is what the significant aspect of spiritual process is, that you realize you are the maker of your life. You're not looking somewhere, you're turning inward. You're looking for every support you need on the way, no problem with that. But you understand you are the maker of your life. That's the only way it can work. If that one thing is missed, then we will go round and round and round and round, not getting anywhere.
Limi Valley here, this has become a base camp for us to go towards Kailash. And after 4 days of being here, weather has been very kind. We are leaving Limi Valley right now, back to Simikot and then back to Kathmandu. Namaskaram.
Safe journey back home. Thank you so much.
That's good. All the Mandarin people singing. Yesterday's ride was okay, all of you safe?
Yeah. Sadhna.
So next year, we're unfolding the Conscious Planet movement. Be a part of it. There's a lot to be done.
Yes, will.
We want 3 billion people to close their eyes for 15 minutes. This is what wants mental health. We want to have a sane world, this needs to happen.
Namaskaram, all of you. What is the basis of human suffering? Something happens, they suffer. Nothing happens, they suffer immensely. If every day, if they're suffering their own mind in the form of stress, tension, anger, anxiety, they're all held together by very flimsy things. If you take away their phones, if you take away their drink and drug, maybe a career, maybe a family, maybe a dog, maybe a cat, maybe drink. Take these things away. All of you should do this for yourself. Take everything away. Just sit for 3 days. You will know what is your condition, and 98% of the world is in that condition. Only with distractions they are going on. Distraction is not a solution. Distraction is a way of avoiding something. We are not avoiding illness, we are avoiding life. The only thing we have is life. But we have found so many devices how to avoid life. Madness and addiction. This will be the way forward for humanity in the next 10 to 15 years. You see, I'm not a doomsday sayer, okay? Looking at the trajectory in which human beings are handling themselves right now, in 15 to 20 years, there will not be a single family without a mentally ill person. Very rapidly going there. And the less you have to do about your life, the more crazy you will go about your life. If all of us want to live well, everybody around us need to be healthy. If everybody is a nutcase, how to live there? Hello? If you have one person who is mentally ill in your family, you know what it means. It is the most goddamn painful thing. A cancer is better. At least you know where you're going. This you don't know where you're going, one day up, one day down, one day up, one day down, you just don't know. No, stress is natural. My psychiatrist said, it is very natural to be depressed when somebody died, this happened, that happened, I lost my job. God damn it, you were not born with a job, nor with a husband or a wife or a bloody dog in your life. Were you born with it? Or are you willing to die with it? Both you're not ready, you're just bullshitting yourself to death. If you damage this one, don't you believe that you are good and you will not damage anybody. You naturally will. Once you start poking yourself, you're damaging life on this planet. If you do not transform this, transforming something else is out of question, it's just empty talk. Because you don't want to stand up and look at what can be done about this, about myself and what's around us. Is there a solution? Of course. When we can create a problem, we can find a solution. Because the problem is not created by life process. Problem is created by misdirecting humanity as to how we can mess ourselves up. Complete wrong approach to life. The important thing is, we need to understand this is about life. This is not about lifestyle. It's not about what I wear. It's not about what I possess. It's not about who is around me. It is about how I am within myself. If this is not addressed seriously, the level of suffering that we will bring into human life will be too much. Oh, can this all be turned around by meditating? It can be turned around if individual human beings transform. But today we have means that sitting here, we can make every goddamn individual on the planet to be touched by it. That is a possibility. Never before possibility. Many great beings have come in this world, but when they came, they didn't even have this. Hello? If we do not transform or turn humanity around, it just shows we don't have enough love in our heart. It just shows your heart is barren for life. I don't want to be that person. I don't want any of you to be that person. Let's make it happen, I'm saying.
I believed in life as fun, adventure. Never in my dream I thought of going to Kailash. Definitely something happened on that mountain. I just cried and I can clearly see the course of my life changing. I can see myself as a different person from back then to now.
So blessed to have, living in the same era, a true master who knows life through and through, and you impart your life energy into us and making us part of you without saying anything.